just to touch on what you were saying, with donating this rocket over to Planet Corn. Good morning, Brad.
Here we go. All right, so making decisions. Man, just such great information, and I love just all the different angles. So Michelle, talked about getting stuck earlier, and we have priorities every day that are on our priority list, and that I'm going to talk about the things that are at the bottom of the priority list because once again, saw an eyeball in my window last night. It was Tony. I saw your beard, so I knew it was you. And it's like some things are very, very low priority items that don't make our list every single day and we kind of push them off. So, I am great about keeping everything. I'm a hoarder, believe it or not. And something as simple as filing an important paper. Like I normally have a photographic memory and I know where everything is and I can find it when I need it. And just recently, my daughter needed her title from her car that she bought 10 years ago because we're moving her to Chicago this week, which is why you haven't seen me a lot this week. It's been a busy week. So, anyway, I can't find this title. So, to get the other title, I need my wife's death certificate. Well, I can't find that either. We've moved 4 times in the last 4 years. And these were such low priority items for me. Like, I'm not Mr. Organization, I'm Mr. Chaos. I love creating chaos and have somebody clean up behind me. So what I'm sharing today is really that eat that frog mentality and what Jen was just saying about you don't need all the details. Sometimes you just need to do it and take action. I literally just started taking every box that had any paper in it and I just went through every stack of paper. My office today looks like a whirlwind tornado hit it, but I have not found the title yet, and that part's really driving me crazy. But now I know where everything is, and I'm throwing away like probably 75% of it. And it's just stuff that we have that we intend to look at sometime or put into action, and that stuff just creates all this negative energy. Like when I could not find the title, I was so frustrated and I'm like, that's it. I'm getting rid of all this negative energy in here. Why do I even have these boxes of papers from 2 years ago? So it's just my thing today is just do it. And I'll give you one last simple, oh, I'm right at 2 minutes. So I'll give you one last simple thing. Like if you have conference notes, if you have that box and box of all these ideas from all the conferences you've been to, when I did this back 15 years ago, I took every box out and I literally went through everything. And if it had a double star or is double circled or double highlighted, I put those in one stack and I threw everything else away. I had the most powerful 3 ring binder of the best ideas from every conference I had been to. And it allowed me to now have not 500 decisions, but more than two. So I could actually pick something and add it to my list. And I implemented a lot of things from that. So that's my share for today is sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, do it. You're gonna feel like you're wasting a day away, but you're going to get all that negative energy out of your life.
Love it, love it. Yeah, listen, and it may feel negative, but there's always a positive to a negative, right? There's always a positive to the mistakes that we make, by the way, and the bad choices we make. We in the moment of decision, they say in the moment of decision, as I mentioned earlier, Tony Robbins says that your destiny is shaped, right? And I'm sure other people have said that much wiser, many more times before. Uh, but keep in mind that the poor decisions, the decisions that don't work out, they did work out. They didn't work out the way you wanted them to, but they worked out. And oftentimes, we learn from the mistakes that we make so that we can grow and become, the person that we're destined to be. That's why, the name of this club, Get Up and Grow. You've got to grow through what you go through. You've got to grow through the mistakes. You got to grow through the failures. You've got to grow through those difficult times. And perhaps you needed to make that mistake once, twice, 3, 4 times. You needed to hit your head over and over again until you woke up, right? Because life is going to give you exactly what it is you asked for. But first, it's going to give you the test. It's going to say, do you really want what you say you want? Right? And if the answer is yes, then guess what? That comes with mistakes. Life is not going to be perfect. There's nobody on this world that can say that they've never made a mistake and that they're perfect. Nobody, right? So, those mistakes are happening to teach us the lessons that we need to learn in order to grow into the person we're supposed to be, in order to grow the business that we want to grow. Life is happening for us, not to us. Those mistakes are part of the journey, right? And we feel like life is happening to us. Why did this happen to me? Well, perhaps if you can change that perspective and ask yourself, why is this happening for me? Where's the lesson? What do I need to learn? Okay, this just blew up in a bad way. What's the lesson here? What did I miss? What can I do better next time? Because it really is perspective and paying attention. You've got to be, when you make a mistake, when you fall, when you fail, I've said this in here before, excuse me, you've got to be that forensic pathologist. You've got to look back. I mean, for those of us, I've had way too many accidents. I'm actually recovering from one still today. But when you have, in the moment that you have an accident, that accident happened in like 2 seconds. But you can feel slow motion. You can feel yourself being thrown around the car. You can see things move in slow motion, like it's a slow motion video, even slower, right? So that 1-2 seconds seems like it's 2 or 3 minutes, right? So think about the last time you made a mistake or if you fell. I like to use the analogy as if you fall. If you fall on your way down, after you fall and get up and everything else, and maybe even throughout the fall, because sometimes the get-ups take longer than, certainly they always take longer than the falls, right? Many times. Getting up is harder than falling down and not as fast. Is looking back with that curiosity in mind and think about what made me fall. Was I tripped? Did I slip? Was I pushed? Was I tricked? What happened? Did I trip on something behind me? In other words, did I repeat the same mistake that I made in the past? Did I trip on something behind me? And then when you fall, was there someone there to try to keep you from falling? And when you did fall, was there someone to cushion your fall? Look around. Who was laughing and celebrating your demise, celebrating the fact that you fell? And when you were down there, who was down there to encourage you to get back up? And what was down there that you needed to find? Because oftentimes we fall, we make mistakes because there's something down there that we needed to find. Maybe it's ourselves. And then on your way back up, when you're climbing, trying to get back out of that hole, who's giving you a boost, trying to push you up? Who's dropping a rope or dropping a hand to try to pull you up? Who's throwing dirt in your face, trying to keep you down? Say, oh, you think you're going to make it? You shouldn't have been here in the first place. As you're climbing up, who's helping you? Who's encouraging you? And when you get back up, who tries to come back to your table that left your table the minute you fell, the minute you made that mistake, the minute you had that demise? So there is so much to be garnered from a mistake.